In the previous video, we set up the demonstration document management system and we created two new users, Ada Lovelace and Charles Babbage, with a new document that they can both edit. In this video, we will be making the changes needed to add the real-time collaboration plugin so both Ada and Charles can edit without taking turns. First, a quick demonstration. On the left window, I am logged in as Ada. On the right window, I am logged in as Charles. I open the document on Ada's window. Note that I can type as normal. Next, I open the same document on Charles's window. Note that the editor is in read-only mode and I cannot edit. If I make additional changes on Ada's window, they appear on Charles's window, updating every 30 seconds. If I leave the document on Ada's window, Charles is now able to edit. And when I reopen the document on Ada's window, the initial situation is now reversed. This is a document management system using locking. We want to use the real-time collaboration plugin and server to remove the locks and allow both Ada and Charles to edit at the same time. Let's review the code base. There are two parts to this document management system: a client made with Create React App and a server made with Express Generator. The server startup process is done in server/app.js. It does the following. It makes a database connection to SQLite with connects. It loads in some public and private keys for JWT signing. It configures an authentication strategy with Passport. It adds globally applied middleware for loading requests. Finally, it loads and adds routes. On the server, we'll be making most of our changes to the routes in server/routes/API.js. So I'll give a brief overview of it. At the top, there are some constants and helper functions to deal with roles and permissions. Below that, there are some custom middleware functions to help with checking authentication, checking document permissions, and checking document locks. Finally, we have the routes, which I'll go over briefly. There is a route to serve the API documentation in server/docs/swagger.json. There is a route to create a JSON web token to represent a login session. There is a route to list all users. There is a route to create a new user. There is a route to get a user's full name. There is a route to list all documents a user can access. There is a route to create a new document. There is a route to lock or unlock a document for editing. There is a route to get the document's title. There is a route to get the document's content. There is a route to set the document's content. There is a route to list document collaborators. And there is a route to update a document collaborator. All of these routes, with the exception of the API documentation, make use of the SQLite database in server/dev.sqlite3. This database is created and updated by migration scripts in server/migrations using the connects tool. On screen, I am showing the initial database setup script, which creates three tables. Users, which stores registered users identified by their username. Documents, which stores documents identified by a universally unique identifier. And collaborators, which stores which users have access to which documents. On the client side, we have a React application. The client/src/index.js renders the application into the document, along with setting up some global libraries like jQuery and popper.js, which are both used by Bootstrap. It also sets up Axios, an Ajax library, with the needed settings to point requests at our Express server. Most of this file is left as generated by Create React App. The React application itself begins in client/src/app.js. At the top, there is a React hook to manage the JSON web token that represents the login session. When a user is logged in, the JWT will be passed to all requests using Axios. Below, the React component makes use of the hook to access the token. It then renders a navigation bar, followed by a React Router DOM switch, which displays different page components depending on the URL. There are 4 different page components in client/src/pages that could be displayed. For the path /logout, it will load logout.js. For the path /login, it will load loginregister.js. For the path /documents/ followed by a document ID, it will load documentedit.js. And for the path /documents, it will load documentlist.js. Other paths, unless they match file names in client/public, will redirect. We will mostly be interested in client/pages/documentedit.js, which is where TinyMCE is used to edit the document. Most of the work is done in the hooks, so I'll give a brief overview top to bottom. The document ID is extracted from the page URL with the useParams hook. The username is extracted from the session JWT. The document title is requested from the server with the useDocumentTitle hook. The role of the current user is requested with the useCollaborators hook. A calculation is performed to check if the user has permission to edit the document, assuming they have the lock. The lock is requested from the server with the useDocumentLock hook. A calculation is performed to check if the user can edit by checking if they have both the permissions and the lock. The initial document content is requested from the server with the useDocumentInitialValue hook. Timers and a React Router DOM callback are set up by the useDocumentAutoSave hook to save the content of the editor regularly and before navigation. Finally, the editor is rendered to the page using the TinyMCE React integration with this fairly simple configuration. We aren't using the editor as a control component, but instead rely on updating a reference to the TinyMCE instance with the onInit and onRemove props. This reference is then used to get and save the contents in the useDocumentAutoSave hook. When the document is locked or the current user isn't allowed to edit, we keep the editor in read-only mode using the disabled prop. Additionally, while editing is not allowed, the useDocumentInitialValue hook polls the content from the server to give the viewers a live preview by updating the initial value prop. All those hooks mentioned are in client/API/API.js, where all hooks and async calls to access the server are situated. I'm not going to go over them now, but they are well commented, so any questions you have can be answered by reading the source. On the client, we'll be modifying both documentedit.js and API.js to apply real-time collaboration.